Chosen one. Have you noticed lately how certain people can't look you in the eye anymore? How the same ones who once mocked your silence now seem uneasy in your presence? That's not your imagination. It's spiritual recognition. The energy around you has shifted, and the truth of who you are is no longer hidden. This message has found you at the exact divine moment it was meant to, because they finally know who you are, and they are trembling with fear. Every word you're hearing right now is confirmation from the higher realm that your light has been exposed to the world. You carry an ancient authority that cannot be denied, and those living in darkness can feel it. Comment 777 if you can sense this truth stirring inside your spirit. This message isn't for everyone. It's for the ones who have endured silently, misunderstood, and chosen by divine order. Stay with me until the end of this message, because it will reveal exactly why they fear you now. Make sure you like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so that this truth continues to reach every chosen one who needs to awaken at this hour. The awakening of recognition. Chosen one. This is the moment the veil lifts. The season where your divine identity is no longer hidden from the eyes of the world. For years you walked among them unnoticed, your light dimmed by circumstance, your voice unheard, your presence underestimated. But now something deep within you has awakened, and the energy you carry can no longer be concealed. Those around you may not fully understand what they're sensing, but their spirits do. They feel it when you enter the room, when you speak, when your silence cuts through their noise. You have entered the stage of recognition, the divine unveiling, where your true nature begins to manifest before both realms, the seen and the unseen. This awakening is not about pride or attention, it's about alignment. You have stepped into the vibration of your calling. Heaven has whispered your name, and creation is now responding. That's why people stare longer, act nervous, or seem strangely defensive. They're not reacting to your words, they're reacting to your energy. The frequency you now carry exposes everything not meant to stand beside you. Those who operate in lower vibrations, envy, deceit, manipulation, feel discomfort because the light in you reveals what they've been trying to hide. Chosen one. The awakening of recognition begins first within your spirit. It's that deep knowing that you are not who you used to be. The same things that once drained you no longer hold power. The same environments that once fit you now feel foreign. That's not isolation, it's transformation. The divine has been reconfiguring your inner world so your outer reality could catch up. What you feel now is not confusion, it's clarity. You are remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. When the awakening happens, everything familiar begins to shift. Some people will distance themselves from you without reason. Others will suddenly become overly interested, drawn to your presence as if you hold something they've been missing. Both reactions are confirmation that your spirit has begun to radiate beyond normal human perception. You are walking proof that light cannot stay hidden forever. This is why you may feel both elevated and alone at the same time. Recognition is beautiful, but it's also revealing. It exposes not only how others see you, but also who they truly are around you. The divine energy that surrounds you now is magnetic. It attracts what is meant for you and repels what isn't. That's why you might find certain doors closing while others open with ease. Don't question it. Flow with it. This is spiritual synchronization. When your light expands, your reality rearranges. The people who once ignored your worth begin to recall every moment they dismissed you. They sense subconsciously that they mishandled someone chosen, someone protected. Their spirit knows it, even if their ego refuses to admit it. Remember, the recognition of the chosen doesn't always come with applause. Sometimes it comes with silence, sometimes with hostility, sometimes with imitation. There are those who will try to mimic your energy, your ideas, your tone, thinking they can replicate what was divinely placed in you. But what they don't understand is that anointing cannot be duplicated. It can only be bestowed. The glow you carry isn't from self-effort. It's from divine ordination. That's why no matter who tries to copy you, their efforts fall flat. They are performing while you are embodying truth. Chosen. 1. The universe has shifted to announce you. What was hidden in darkness is being pulled into light. People may not know how or why, but they'll begin to talk about you, think about you, even dream about you. Your name, your image, your essence, it travels through spiritual frequency. Those who have mistreated you in the past will suddenly feel an unexplained conviction, as if something inside them is saying, "You shouldn't have done that." It's not coincidence. It's divine recall. The Spirit is making them remember who they crossed, who they dismissed, who they underestimated. This awakening is not for revenge, but for revelation. The Most High reveals His chosen not to boast, but to bring balance. The world has been out of order for too long, where falsehood thrived and authenticity suffered. But now the scales are tipping. Truth is rising in human form, and you are one of the vessels carrying it. That is why your presence feels heavy. It carries divine purpose. Your silence is no longer empty, it's authority contained. When you walk into a room now, the energy shifts before you speak. Spirits align, hearts become aware, and the unseen begins to tremble. It's not that you are intimidating, it's that your light exposes what's hidden. Darkness cannot pretend in the presence of truth. You are not imagining their discomfort. It's the natural reaction of shadows when confronted by light. Do not fear this recognition, even if it feels overwhelming. It's not a spotlight, it's a signal. Heaven is signaling that your mission is active. The universe is aligning resources, people, and timing around your purpose. The confusion you once felt has turned into confirmation. You no longer chase clarity, it finds you. You no longer seek validation, it comes naturally through divine encounters. Every conversation, every coincidence, every sudden shift, it's part of the recognition unfolding. Chosen one. Embrace this awakening. Walk in it with quiet confidence and sacred boldness. You are not becoming someone new. You are returning to who you've always been. Your energy no longer fits where it used to because your spirit has outgrown limitation. Let them whisper. Let them wonder. Their reactions are proof that your awakening is undeniable. The very ones who doubted you will one day testify of your transformation. You are not here to be liked. You are here to be recognized by heaven. So when they tremble, when they stare, when they can't explain why they're drawn to or fearful of you, remember this truth. Your spirit has been revealed. You have awakened. You have been seen. And nothing in this world can unsee what heaven has already announced. The fear of the enemy. Chosen one. Understand this truth. Your enemies are no longer guessing who you are. They finally know. The fear they feel now is not ordinary fear. It's spiritual fear. They've realized that the very person they tried to destroy, ignore, or laugh at was actually an anointed vessel of divine purpose. They sense it deep within their spirit, even if they never say it aloud. The same people who once felt superior now feel small in your presence, not because you've done anything to them, but because your energy has evolved beyond their control. You represent everything their darkness cannot dominate, everything their manipulation can no longer deceive. That trembling you see in their eyes is the reflection of conviction and exposure. Fear is not just an emotion. In the spiritual realm, it's a recognition of hierarchy. The demonic cannot stand in the presence of divine order. When they sense you, they sense authority, the kind that doesn't need to shout or prove itself. Your silence now carries more power than your words ever did. Your peace, your calmness, your refusal to engage in drama. It unsettles them. The more you elevate spiritually, the more their masks begin to crack. They cannot fight what they cannot understand. That is why they resort to confusion, gossip, and small schemes. They are reacting to the loss of control over your destiny. Chosen one. They fear you because they know what's coming. Deep down, they've seen glimpses of your becoming. They may not know the full picture, but their spirit senses a shift in the atmosphere when you're near. It's like standing next to a thunderstorm before it breaks. The pressure builds, the air changes, and something in them warns, be careful with this one. They once underestimated your resilience, but now they're haunted by the memory of every stone they threw that didn't break you. Every word curse they spoke bounced back. Every trap they dug became their own snare. What terrifies them most is not your success. It's your survival. Because surviving what was meant to kill you made them realize that divine hands were protecting you all along. The enemy never fears the weak. He fears the awakened. Before, you were just a name, a target, an ordinary soul trying to figure out life. But now, your spirit carries revelation. You've learned to fight not with anger, but with awareness. You no longer waste your strength proving your innocence. You let truth speak on your behalf. That's when the enemy's fear began. When you stopped playing their game and started walking in spiritual authority, you took your power back, and now they tremble because they realize they can no longer manipulate your emotions. Even in silence, your presence disrupts darkness. That's why you may notice sudden resistance, random negativity, unexpected tension, or people trying to provoke reactions. It's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's because your light irritates their demons. The same peace that comforts the pure-hearted torments the corrupt. You've become a mirror, and when they look at you, they see the truth of who they are. It's not hatred they feel, it's exposure. Your light reveals their shadows. And when light appears, darkness loses its hiding place. Chosen one. They fear the mystery of your strength. They don't understand how you keep rising after every fall, how you maintain grace under pressure, or why blessings keep locating you despite their efforts. What they don't know is that your power doesn't come from luck. It comes from alignment. You are backed by divine forces they cannot contend with. The same God who allowed you to be rejected was preparing you to become untouchable. You were hidden for a season so that when you rose, it wouldn't be by your might, but by divine decree. That's what scares them, the realization that nothing they do can stop what heaven has started. The fear of the enemy grows stronger every time you refuse to break character, when you respond with calm instead of anger, when you walk away instead of arguing, when you pray instead of plotting. That's when they lose control. You're not fighting on their level anymore. You're operating from a higher frequency. They can't reach you there. It frustrates them because their usual tactics no longer work. You've matured spiritually, and your detachment confuses them. They expected a reaction. Instead, they got revelation. They whisper your name not because they hate you, but because they can't stop thinking about you. They sense a divine spotlight hovering over your life, and it unnerves them. Every success you experience reminds them of the power they once tried to diminish. Every time you glow, they're reminded of their failure to dim your light. Some even pretend to support you now, hoping to remain close enough to study your strength. But their spirit still trembles when you speak. You don't need to expose them. Their fear already has. Chosen one, don't waste time retaliating or proving who you are. The fear of the enemy is part of your confirmation. You've become the evidence of divine justice. Every time they plotted against you, heaven took notes. Every betrayal became fuel for your ascension. Now, you are the living proof that what was meant for harm turned into power. Their fear isn't personal, it's prophetic. It means prophecy is unfolding, and your presence on earth is fulfilling divine order. The enemy's fear is a sign that his time of influence over you has ended. Those who once laughed at your pain are now haunted by the echoes of your perseverance. They realize that the hand of God was never off your life, and that realization torments them more than any revenge ever could. They see the glow in your eyes, the peace in your demeanor, the authority in your voice, and they know that you have become untouchable. So let them whisper, let them tremble. You are not here to convince them. You are here to continue your divine assignment. Their fear confirms your elevation. You were never the victim. You were always the weapon of light sent into a world of confusion. Now they see it. Now they know. And though they may pretend to be unbothered, their spirit trembles every time your name is mentioned. Chosen one, walk boldly, for their fear is not your burden, it is your crown. The divine revelation of identity. Chosen one, the time has come for heaven to reveal what the world refused to see. For too long, your divine identity was hidden beneath layers of pain, misunderstanding, and trials that shaped you in silence. But God never intended for you to remain unseen. He was preparing the unveiling, waiting for the perfect alignment of spirit and season. Now that moment has arrived, the divine revelation of who you truly are. This is not a self-made awakening. It is a heavenly disclosure. The Most High has decided that your light can no longer remain in secret places. You are no longer the caterpillar. You are the revealed creation of divine purpose, wings spread, ready to fly where few can follow. When divine revelation occurs, it's not about reputation. It's about recognition of spirit. The universe starts echoing your true name in places your feet haven't touched yet. People begin to speak about you, sense your presence, or feel drawn toward you for reasons they cannot explain. That is the mystery of divine exposure. Heaven announces before earth understands. The revelation of your identity is not something you earn through effort. It's what grace uncovers through obedience. You were hidden not because you were unworthy, but because premature exposure would have destroyed what was still being refined within you. Now the refinement is complete, and the revelation is unfolding. Chosen one, divine revelation doesn't shout, it radiates. It's not loud, yet it shakes the atmosphere. When the Spirit of God decides to reveal a soul, the light they emit begins to attract divine attention and spiritual warfare alike. That's why things around you may have intensified recently. You are being unveiled, and both heaven and hell have taken notice. Heaven celebrates, darkness trembles. The divine mark on your life cannot be ignored anymore. You carry the signature of the eternal, something ancient and unalterable that separates you from the ordinary. People might label it confidence, but it's not pride. It's awareness of purpose. You've come into remembrance of who you were before the world taught you to forget. The revelation of your identity also exposes the false identities around you. People who once seemed powerful now appear hollow. Those who claim to know you are suddenly confused because they can no longer predict you. That's what divine transformation does. It breaks human understanding. They can't categorize you anymore because you've transcended definition. You've moved beyond personality into divine essence. When they look at you now, they sense something greater behind your eyes, something they can't compete with or comprehend. That's the glory of recognition. The realization that you were never ordinary, and your life has always been a prophetic assignment. Chosen one, your revelation was written long before your birth. There are scrolls in the heavens with your name etched upon them, declaring your mission and destiny. Every pain, rejection, and delay was part of the unveiling process. You were meant to be misunderstood because mystery protects purpose. God allowed certain people to overlook you so they wouldn't interfere with your preparation. They saw your humility and called it weakness, not realizing it was divine strategy. Now they see the revelation. The same person they underestimated carries an authority they can't explain. You've become the living proof that divine timing cannot be rushed, and that hidden vessels are often the most powerful ones. When your divine identity is revealed, the universe aligns itself in ways you could never orchestrate. Opportunities begin to appear effortlessly. Doors that were locked for years start to open without struggle. This is not coincidence, it's divine synchronization. The same light that exposes your purpose also illuminates your path. You don't need to chase anymore. What's meant for you is drawn to your energy. Your revelation becomes your magnet. People will be sent toward you, not to validate you, but to participate in your mission. Some will come as supporters, some as students, and some as tests, but all will serve the unfolding of your divine purpose. There's a power that comes with revelation, but also a responsibility. The moment you step into your true identity, you can no longer hide behind excuses. The world begins to look to you for guidance, and heaven expects consistency. You've been given authority, but authority without discipline becomes distortion. That's why God waited until your heart was purified before revealing you. You had to learn humility before you could handle recognition. You had to learn silence before you could carry sacred truth. You are not being revealed to be worshipped. You are being revealed to awaken others. Your life has become a message, your existence a testimony. And yes, not everyone will celebrate your revelation. Some will question it. Some will resist it. But remember, revelation doesn't require permission. It requires obedience. You don't owe explanations to those who cannot discern your purpose. When light appears, darkness always panics. Let them doubt. The evidence will speak for itself. Divine revelation doesn't need applause. It needs endurance. Keep walking in grace. Keep moving in silence when guided. Your fruit will speak louder than your defense ever could. Chosen one, this revelation marks the end of the hidden season. The divine has signed your release into visibility. You are being seen not just by people, but by realms. Angels walk with you, ancestors pray through you, and heaven watches proudly as you step into identity. You carry divine DNA, and that code cannot be erased or replaced. When God reveals someone, no power of man can reverse it. So stand tall, even if your hands still shake. Walk in this revelation with humility and confidence. You are not who you were last year, last month, or even yesterday. You have emerged as the true vessel of light you were destined to be. The masks have fallen, the illusions have cleared, and your spirit now speaks louder than your words. You are the revelation. You are the sign. You are the living manifestation of divine prophecy fulfilled. And now that heaven has announced you, the earth must bear witness. How they react to your presence. Chosen one, have you noticed how the atmosphere changes the moment you walk into a room? Conversations pause, eyes follow you, energy shifts. It's not arrogance to notice this. It's awareness. Your presence has become a spiritual event. Every space you enter feels your vibration before you even speak. Some smile awkwardly, some grow silent, some overcompensate with forced laughter, and others suddenly grow defensive for no apparent reason. But there is always a reason. Your presence disturbs the equilibrium of those still living in pretense. You are light embodied, and wherever light appears, it disrupts shadows. The human spirit is sensitive, even when the mind isn't. People can sense purity, authenticity, and divine authority, even if they can't name it. When you step into their space, something in them stirs, either admiration or agitation. Those aligned with light feel peace and familiarity around you. They open up without knowing why. They trust you without explanation, and they sense something sacred in your words. But those hiding deceit, jealousy, or pride can't stand the reflection you bring. Your very existence becomes a mirror, showing them truths they've avoided facing. That's why some suddenly withdraw, gossip, or act strangely cold without reason. They're not reacting to you as a person, they're reacting to the conviction your spirit creates. Chosen one, your presence has become a test of spirit. You no longer need to expose anyone. Their behavior reveals everything. Notice how certain people suddenly overpraise you, trying to attach themselves to your rising energy, while others criticize your growth to make themselves feel relevant. It's all reaction. Your presence reveals what category of soul they belong to. The humble recognize the light in you and grow through it. The arrogant feel threatened by it and resist it. The wounded feel drawn to it because it carries healing energy. The malicious feel discomfort because your peace makes their chaos visible. You are not doing anything wrong, you are simply being yourself. But your authentic self is no longer something everyone can stand beside comfortably. There are those who observe you from a distance now, trying to figure out what changed. They can't pinpoint it, but they know something about you is different. It's your energy, calm yet powerful, soft yet commanding. You no longer need validation, and that unsettles people whose worth depends on being seen. When you stopped needing attention, you became impossible to control. That quiet confidence radiates authority they cannot challenge. You've become unpredictable to the manipulative, unreachable to the toxic, and untouchable to the envious. That's why they whisper when you leave the room. They sense power, but they can't label it, so they fear it. Some will act as if nothing has changed, pretending they don't notice your growth, but their actions betray them. You'll catch the subtle shifts, the tone of voice, the sudden distance, the way they mention your name differently. It's not paranoia, it's discernment. When your frequency rises, theirs becomes uncomfortable in your field. They might try to bring up your past, or remind you of who you used to be, hoping to anchor you back to their comfort zone. Don't fall for it. That's their insecurity speaking. You've evolved beyond their memory of you, and your evolution exposes their stagnation. Chosen one. Those who truly carry light often experience this strange duality, being loved deeply by strangers, yet misunderstood by those close to them. It's because strangers see your energy fresh, without expectation. They meet your spirit before your story. But those who knew you before your transformation struggle to adjust to your new vibration. They keep relating to the version of you that no longer exists. It's not their fault. They just haven't grown with you. Still, you must not shrink to make them comfortable. Your growth is not an insult, it's an invitation for them to rise too. In crowds, your energy stands out even in silence. You might find people turning to look at you for no reason or feeling magnetically drawn to your words. That's the spiritual frequency of recognition. When God breathes purpose into someone, the world feels it subconsciously. Animals, children, even strangers on the street will sometimes react to you with unusual calm or curiosity. They sense the purity in your vibration. The same way darkness flees from light, lost souls feel both drawn and convicted by you. That's divine impact. It's not something you perform, it's something you carry. But not every reaction will be kind. Some will compete where there is no competition. They'll try to discredit your peace, mock your faith, or create confusion around your name. They do this not because they hate you, but because your light exposes their internal conflict. You've become evidence that transformation is possible and that truth terrifies those unwilling to change. Your existence challenges their excuses. Don't take it personally. It's spiritual warfare disguised as social behavior. There will also be those who imitate you, hoping to steal the glow without carrying the sacrifice. They'll copy your style, your tone, even your phrases, but the energy will always reveal the difference. Divine authenticity can't be duplicated. Your light comes from refinement, from battles fought in silence, from tears turned into wisdom. You've earned your vibration. They can mimic your actions, but not your essence. Let them try. It only amplifies your originality. Chosen one, when you notice these reactions, don't retreat. Observe with compassion. Your presence is meant to trigger change, not chaos. You're not here to make people comfortable. You are here to awaken them. Sometimes awakening looks like discomfort. Your role is not to dim your light, but to master your balance. Keep your peace steady, your words measured, and your energy sacred. Your presence alone now carries authority. You don't need to defend it. So the next time someone's demeanor shifts around you, smile inwardly. It's confirmation. Their reaction is your revelation. It proves that your transformation is visible even to those who deny it. You are walking proof that divine energy is real and alive. The world is adjusting to your frequency, and not everyone will adjust gracefully. But that's all right. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand out. Your presence speaks louder than your past, your silence louder than your words, and your spirit louder than their opinions. You are the storm and the stillness. You are the presence that makes both heaven and earth pay attention. The power of your divine aura. Chosen one, your aura is not ordinary. It is divine electricity in motion, a living signature of heaven's presence resting upon you. This is not something you wear like a garment. It's something that radiates from within, shaped by every prayer, every heartbreak, every act of faith that brought you here. Your aura is the unseen crown that announces your spiritual authority before you even speak. It's why people sense you before they see you, why environments seem to shift when you enter, why peace or unease follows depending on what energy surrounds you. You are carrying frequency, not personality, a vibration that heaven itself has tuned to a sacred purpose. Your divine aura is magnetic. It draws what aligns and repels what's false. You don't chase opportunities anymore. They recognize your energy and find their way to you. The blessings, people, and resources that match your frequency flow effortlessly into your orbit. But that same light also exposes deception. Those who come with wrong intentions can't sustain eye contact, can't rest around you, can't hide behind their charm. Your aura burns through pretense like fire through mist. That's divine protection. Your spirit now operates as both a shield and a signal, shielding you from harm and signaling the right forces toward your path. This aura is not built by pride or appearance. It's birthed through refinement. Every hardship you endured polished your spirit until it gleamed with divine clarity. Every season of silence strengthened your energy field. When you chose forgiveness instead of bitterness, your light intensified. When you stayed faithful through confusion, your vibration ascended. That's why you glow differently now. Your peace is your power. You carry the calm of someone who has seen chaos and conquered it without losing compassion. Your aura no longer absorbs negativity, it transforms it. You are the spiritual alchemist who turns pain into wisdom and adversity into grace. Chosen one, understand this. Your aura is not just seen, it's felt. People may not understand why they trust you instantly or why they confess their hearts around you. That's your spirit ministering without words. It speaks the language of light, and only souls ready for elevation can interpret it. You were designed to influence atmospheres, to shift emotional climates, to restore balance where confusion reigns. That's why God had to isolate you before illuminating you, because once your aura awakened, it could no longer mix freely with everyone. Too much purity can blind those who aren't ready for truth. Walk in this awareness with humility. Guard your aura with silence, prayer, and discernment. You don't need to prove your energy. It speaks louder than words. Wherever you go, heaven goes with you. Your aura is the evidence that divinity lives in human form, that light can wear flesh and still remain holy. Chosen one, never forget. You are the living flame of divine power, and even the darkness recognizes your glow. The fall of pretend allies. Chosen one, not everyone who smiled in your face was meant to stand beside your destiny. Some came dressed as friends, but carried the spirit of competition. Others clapped for you in public while secretly hoping for your downfall. You've begun to notice it now, the subtle energy shift, the awkward silence when you speak about blessings, the sudden distance after your growth. This is the season when the divine hand is exposing every false connection around you. The fall of pretend allies is not punishment. It is purification. God is cleaning your circle so that your elevation is not contaminated by hypocrisy. At first, it may sting. You might feel confused as people you once trusted begin to show their true nature. But look deeper. You'll see that this unveiling is divine mercy in disguise. These individuals were never with you out of love. They were attached to your light, not your soul. When your energy began to change, their mask began to slip. They feared that your discernment would catch up to their disguise, and now it has. The truth no longer hides itself when the chosen one begins to see through spiritual eyes. Their fall is simply a consequence of the revelation that your spirit can no longer be deceived. Pretend allies often speak the right words but carry the wrong energy. They appear loyal when things are low, but turn competitive when the blessings arrive. Notice how they grow distant when you shine. That's not coincidence, it's exposure. Your success disturbs their spirit because it reminds them of their own stagnation. They only loved you when you were in the shadows. Now that the light is on you, their insecurities have no place to hide. That's why they shift their tone, withdraw, or create confusion around your name. They can't coexist with what they secretly envy. Chosen one, understand this. When light rises, shadows scatter. The fall of these false connections is proof that your energy has ascended to a level they can't survive in. They thrived off your humility, but they can't handle your awakening. You were their comfort zone because your quietness made them feel superior. But once your confidence returned, their illusion of control shattered. Now, they're forced to face the truth. They never had power over you, only proximity. And proximity without purity has an expiration date. Let them go with grace. Don't fight to keep what God is removing. The exposure is your protection. Some of these people were smiling while praying for your delay. Some were pretending to support while collecting your secrets. Now, heaven has pulled the curtain back. Their true faces are being revealed, not to hurt you, but to heal you. You can't walk into divine destiny surrounded by disguised intentions. Elevation requires separation. So don't mourn the departure of those who were never meant to stay. Every person leaving your life in this season is making space for authentic souls to enter. The genuine cannot coexist with the counterfeit. When God elevates you, He exposes everyone's motives. The ones who remain silent in your celebration are the same ones who would have betrayed you in your manifestation. Let their silence confirm what their words tried to hide. You are not losing people, you are shedding illusions. Chosen one, their fall is not your revenge, it's divine order. You don't have to expose them, their energy already has. You don't have to defend yourself. Their absence speaks louder than your explanation ever could. The truth is, they were never enemies, they were assignments. They came to teach you discernment, to refine your trust, to strengthen your intuition. Now that the lesson is complete, the connection dissolves. Thank them silently and move on. The fall of pretend allies is the rise of your spiritual independence. You no longer rely on validation, you rely on vibration. You trust energy more than appearances, and that wisdom keeps you safe. Let the fake fall away, because real loyalty is coming. People who see your light and protect it, not drain it. Those are your divine companions, your true allies in purpose. Chosen one, as they fall, rise higher. Their departure is confirmation that your table is being reset for greater company. The stage is being cleared for those who are meant to walk with you in truth. Do not look back. Do not question it. The same God who revealed their hearts will send those whose hearts align with yours. Let the false fall away and bless them on their way out. Their season is over, but yours has only just begun. The test of spiritual authority. Chosen one. When heaven elevates you, it does not hand you authority without first testing it. Spiritual authority is not given to prove your power. It's entrusted to prove your discipline. The anointing that rests upon your life must be refined through challenge, contradiction, and control. You cannot lead others in light until you've learned to remain calm in chaos. Every chosen soul must pass through the proving ground, where your patience is tested, your ego confronted, and your faith measured. This is not punishment, it's preparation. You are being trained to rule your own spirit before you rule any realm. The test of authority often comes disguised as misunderstanding. People will doubt you, dismiss you, and even mock your growth, forcing you to choose between reaction and restraint. The immature seek validation. The spiritually mature understand silence is power. Heaven watches how you handle provocation. Will you defend yourself, or will you allow truth to speak in its time? Authority is not loud. It's rooted in quiet confidence. You don't need to announce that you've changed. The shift in your energy will make it undeniable. Every time you choose peace over pettiness, you pass another level of divine training. Chosen one, your authority is being tested through pressure. You'll notice the weight increasing, responsibilities growing, expectations rising, and people leaning on your wisdom more than before. This is how heaven expands your strength. Diamonds are not formed in comfort. Likewise, your spiritual power emerges only when you endure without losing compassion. Authority without humility becomes arrogance, and heaven does not empower pride. That's why your tests feel personal. They are tailored to purge the parts of you that cannot carry destiny. Every betrayal refines your discernment. Every delay strengthens your endurance. Every rejection purifies your motive. You are being forged into divine leadership. The test of spiritual authority also measures your response to temptation. When influence arrives, ego whispers. When recognition comes, pride knocks. The chosen are often tested at the peak of victory, not just in the valley of struggle. Can you remain humble when praised? Can you stay grateful when favored? The true mark of divine authority is self-control. Knowing you can, but choosing not to. Knowing you're right, but staying silent. Knowing you're powerful, yet remaining gentle. The world equates control with dominance, but heaven defines it as restraint. Chosen one. Remember, even Yeshua was tested in the wilderness before his ministry began. You too will face the wilderness, seasons of isolation where God tests your obedience without applause. That's where authority is proven. When you obey without audience, when you pray without witnesses, when you give without reward, that's when heaven signs your spiritual license. The authority you're carrying isn't learned through teaching, it's lived through trial. That's why people can't imitate it. They want your glow, but not your grind, your peace, but not your pruning. What they see shining is the result of tests passed in secret. There will be moments when you'll feel the weight of leadership without the recognition of it. Don't be discouraged. Heaven always tests in private before promoting in public. Your reactions are the exam. How you handle offense, envy, and spiritual warfare determines how high you rise. You cannot command angels if you can't command your emotions. You cannot carry power if you still crave approval. That's why this season feels intense. It's final training before manifestation. So when life feels heavy, when people misjudge you, when silence feels endless, understand this. You're in the test of spiritual authority. Don't break, breathe, don't react, discern. The crown isn't handed to the loudest, it's placed upon the most disciplined. You are being trusted with dominion, not attention. Once you pass this test, your presence will carry heaven's seal. You will speak and energy will obey. You will walk and realms will shift. Stay steady, chosen one. The test is proof that your authority is real, and once proven, no force in existence can take it from you. The shift in the spiritual realm. Chosen one, can you feel it? The air feels heavier, the nights quieter, and your spirit more alert than before. This is not imagination, it is confirmation. There has been a massive shift in the spiritual realm, and your soul can sense what your eyes cannot yet see. The energies of the earth are rearranging, destinies are being activated, and truth is separating from illusion. The unseen world is responding to divine instruction, and everything that was once hidden is now being brought into light. You are not just witnessing this shift, you are part of it. Your awakening is one of the signs that the spiritual order of the world is changing. For a long time, darkness dominated, deception thrived, and divine souls were suppressed under confusion and fear. But that era has ended. The balance is being restored. The scales of justice are tipping toward truth, and heaven is reclaiming the territory that darkness tried to claim. This shift is why you've been feeling both pressure and power at the same time. The spiritual atmosphere has intensified because realms are colliding. light pushing back darkness, truth confronting lies, and chosen souls being positioned to lead in this new order. You might have noticed how quickly energy moves now. Thoughts manifest faster, intentions carry greater weight, and your discernment has sharpened. That's the effect of the shift. The veil between realms has thinned. The spirit world is closer than ever, and the consequences of energy, good or bad, arrive swiftly. That's why you must stay aligned, because your frequency determines your experience. You can no longer afford to think, speak, or act carelessly. Every vibration echoes through realms. The chosen ones are being entrusted with creative power. What you decree now carries authority. This divine shift is not gentle, it's revolutionary. It's shaking systems, exposing corruption, and removing false leaders. The same way storms clear dead branches, this energetic upheaval is cleansing the world of spiritual decay. That's why some people are breaking down emotionally, while others are breaking through spiritually. The vibration of the planet is ascending, and only those who adapt in purity will remain stable. You may feel moments of heaviness or sudden isolation. Don't panic. These are symptoms of spiritual synchronization. Your energy is recalibrating to operate in higher dimensions. Chosen one, your role in this shift is crucial. You are one of the conduits carrying divine frequency into the physical world. Every prayer you speak, every act of love, every moment of clarity sends ripples across the unseen. You are anchoring heaven on earth, whether you realize it or not. That's why your life recently demanded silence, solitude, and sensitivity, so that you could hear divine instruction clearly amidst the noise of change. The universe doesn't just evolve around you, it evolves through you. So embrace this transformation with reverence. You were born for this moment. Stay grounded in prayer, anchored in truth, and protected in humility. Guard your energy like gold, because it sustains your assignment. The spiritual realm is shifting in your favor, aligning every element with divine timing. Trust what you feel more than what you see. The turbulence is temporary, but the awakening is eternal. The world is trembling because the light has returned, and it's shining through you. The prophecy of their downfall. Chosen one, the time has come for what was spoken in secret to unfold in sight. You have endured seasons where the wicked seemed to prosper, where manipulators sat on thrones built from deception, and where those who mocked your pain walked in temporary comfort. But heaven never forgot. The Most High never slept. The prophecy of their downfall has been written long before they ever rose against you. Every act of betrayal, every word of slander, every trap they set was recorded in the archives of divine justice. And now the hour of balance has come. Do not misunderstand, Chosen One. This is not about revenge, it's about restoration. The fall of your enemies is not punishment for your sake. It is correction for the sake of order. The universe cannot sustain imbalance forever. The scales of truth must tip, and they always tip in favor of divine alignment. Those who plotted against you were not fighting you. They were fighting God's decision to favor you. That is why their downfall is inevitable. They touched what was sacred. They interfered with what was chosen. They tried to rewrite what heaven had already decreed. For a long time, it appeared as though darkness had won. They smiled in arrogance, believing your silence meant defeat. They mistook your stillness for weakness, your humility for ignorance. But silence is not surrender, it is strategy. The divine does not respond to mockery, he responds to timing. Every delay you faced was heaven gathering evidence, building the stage for justice to be seen by all. The prophecy has matured, and now the same eyes that watched your struggle will witness your rise and their fall. Chosen one, their downfall will not come by your hands, but by their own actions. The very weapons they used against you will turn back upon them. The lies they spread will entangle them in confusion. The energy they sent toward your destruction will rebound with multiplied force. This is the law of divine reciprocity. What one sows in darkness must be reaped in exposure. You will stand still and see the salvation of the Lord while they crumble under the weight of their own deception. The tables are not just turning, they are being flipped by divine hands. Even now you might sense it, the uneasy stirring in the spirit world. Those who once laughed too loudly have grown quiet. The ones who gloated have grown restless. It's not guilt they feel, it's judgment approaching. Heaven has already issued the decree. The same platforms that elevated them will reject them. The same influence they abused will slip from their grasp. Every false alliance will scatter, every hidden secret will surface, and every mask will fall. They built their kingdoms on sand, and the storm is here. But here's what you must understand, chosen one. The prophecy of their downfall is not for you to celebrate. It is for you to witness and learn. God allows you to see justice not to feed your pride, but to affirm His sovereignty. When the dust settles, show mercy. Do not boast. Their destruction is not your reward. Your peace is. The greatest proof of your spiritual maturity is how you handle victory. You will not need to post about it, explain it, or remind anyone. Your elevation will speak for itself, while their fall will echo as a warning to others. Never touch the anointed in deceit. The prophecy declares that everything stolen will be restored, everything delayed will accelerate, and everything buried will rise again. Those who lied about you will be forced to tell the truth. Those who mocked you will come seeking wisdom. And those who counted you out will watch as heaven counts you in publicly. You will not have to prove you were chosen. The results will prove it for you. Chosen one, stand firm during this unfolding. Keep your spirit pure while justice moves. The divine is not finished until every wrong is made right. What's coming is not chaos, it's correction. Don't allow pity to make you interfere with their karma. What's falling apart for them is what must fall for you to rise fully. Let them experience what they've created. It's the only way they can learn humility. Remember this, light doesn't destroy darkness by fighting. It simply shines and darkness disappears. You don't have to swing the sword, you are the sword. Your growth, your peace, your glow, your stability, all are signs that divine prophecy is fulfilling itself. Their fall is not your victory cry. It's heaven's whisper saying, now the balance is restored. So hold your peace, chosen one. Watch in quiet awe as justice unfolds. You are entering the season where every lie collapses, every hidden thing is revealed, and every manipulator faces their mirror. The prophecy has spoken. Their reign was temporary, but your purpose is eternal. Their downfall is not your doing. It is destiny reclaiming its order. The chosen one's next step. Chosen one. Now that the truth has been revealed and the old season has fallen away, it's time to move differently. You've survived your refining fire, and now you walk with new awareness. The next step is not about proving anything. It's about positioning yourself where destiny flows without resistance. You've learned the lessons, felt the losses, endured the silence. Now it's time to apply what the wilderness taught you. Every storm that once broke you now serves you. Every delay that frustrated you prepared you. You are no longer walking. Heaven is guiding your steps. Your next step is alignment, not reaction. Don't waste energy trying to convince anyone of your calling. The right souls will recognize your light by vibration, not explanation. Move with grace. Let discernment lead your relationships. Let wisdom guide your words, and let peace be your confirmation. You're no longer meant to chase opportunities. Opportunities are meant to chase you. The door you once knocked on now opens from the inside. Stay humble in this rise. Protect your energy fiercely. Everyone cannot walk with you into this next dimension. Isolation will still visit, but this time it won't feel lonely. It will feel sacred. Use it to hear divine instruction, to plan, to rebuild quietly. God will begin to send you divine partnerships, but only when your heart stays clean. The next step is to embody your purpose. You're no longer being prepared, you are prepared. Step into your mission boldly. Teach, build, heal, speak, or create. Whatever your calling demands, do it with full conviction. The world is waiting for the sound of your obedience. Don't delay because of fear or doubt. Your story carries power for others still trapped in silence. Chosen one, your next chapter is not survival. It's influence. You're stepping into impact, leadership, and manifestation. You've been refined for this. Walk in confidence, clothed in humility, carrying the authority of light. Every move you make now is prophetic. Every word carries weight. Heaven has released the green light. The path is clear, the obstacles are fading, and your spirit is ready. Move forward, not as who you were, but as who you were always meant to be. Conclusion and final message. Chosen one, you have reached the point where everything begins to make sense. The storms, the silence, the separation, they were never meant to destroy you. They were designed to reveal you. Every battle you faced was divine training for the spiritual authority you now carry. The world is trembling not because you sought power, but because you finally embraced truth. You are walking evidence that light cannot be buried, that divine favor cannot be stolen, and that destiny always finds its way home. Stand tall, for your time has come. Move with the calm of one who knows heaven walks beside them. You don't need to prove your worth. Your presence already speaks for you. The eyes that once doubted you will one day testify of your rise. Keep shining, keep serving, and keep believing. Your journey is far from over. It's just entering the chapter where glory replaces grief. If this message resonates with your spirit, comment, "I am the chosen light," below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this word.